this whole journey. This journey was to get my family out of a house that was almost 100 years old and was on a too many damn cars go by each day, busy road, and ever increasing property taxes. So we wanted out. You know, I can do my stupid BMW thing anywhere, and we wanted out. We wanted out. So I got an offer on the house. It was really low, but and the market ain't as great as people think it is. It's all fake money. This was a cash deal, so poof, done deal. Scrambled to get out. And where do you go? Bruno had asked me to come and help him through the winter. Um, Bruno got bone cancer in 2013, and he's having a tough time. He's So the plan was to go help him through the winter, and then in the spring go back to the U.S. and poke around Maine or Vermont or something and look for a place. And that's what we did. And we set off in 22 December. We were denied at the border, and limbo began. And we were invited to my friend's house, Mark, in nowhere. And he graciously put up with us for 2 months as we sorted out what the hell do we do, what are the legalities to get things corrected so we could get up there, and wow, what a mess, what a mess. And my lawyer was sick at the time, and it was a month before we really had any idea what to do and how long it was going to take. And so 2 months went by, and we had to get out of New England. We can't. We're in a motorhome now, and no house. We sold the house, so we got just a motorhome because we bought the motorhome to get to Bruno's. And then after we were done with the winter at Bruno's, helping him through the winter and making life easier for him, by springtime we'd be on the road in the motorhome, driving around, checking places out to buy, rent. Get back to life, and geez, then we get denied. So now the family, two of us and two 12-year-old boys stuck in the motorhome in the winter. So I can't stay in New England for the winter. Well, end of February we were out of here and headed down to my buddy Van's in Annapolis, Maryland. And thank you, Van. I love you. He is so wonderful with the kids. You do a lot for them. Thank you. We got a wood stove put in this RV. Wow, our heating problems are over. We cut our propane use way down. Royce was gracious enough to invite us to Kansas to squat for a while, and while it took a long time to get finally to the point where we could get out there, we got there and had 2 weeks of warmish but really windy weather, and plenty of firewood to keep us warm, so that was good. And then we moved on to Colorado, where Skip invited us out. He knew of a couple places to park the RV. I figured, hey, we'll go out, check Colorado out. I have very little, only 1 week experience in Colorado, and that was 25 years prior. There's a story there too. So we got to Skip's, but we couldn't get to the places he wanted to go. I don't have trailer brakes on this thing. We're way overloaded with my tools, and geez, the whole car is packed with over 1,000 pounds worth of tools. No, we couldn't. If we could get up, we wouldn't be able to get down So we had to find another place to go. And then Kevin invited us to his place in Walsenburg, Colorado. And was nice enough to let us squat there for another 2 months until the legal stuff was finally clear and we got the green light to go. Or it was soon to be anyway. And, wow. In the meantime, my mail being sent to my parents' house, because where I grew up, we sold our house, so we changed our addresses to my childhood residence, and I get a jury duty notice that my mother decides she's gonna start making phone calls about to tell them I'm not here. Oh, I had this all worked out already. I was just waiting for a notice. So I don't even find out about this notice until it's too late and she's already made 5, 6 phone calls or some ridiculous thing. 5, I believe she said. And then they call back and say if I'm not there on 4 June for jury duty, a bench warrant will be issued for my arrest. And and of course that's going to deny me getting into Canada, right? I just spent 5 months and never mind the money, 5 months to get my record cleared completely spotless so that I could get into Canada to go help my friend. And my mother's gonna freaking torpedo this whole thing over fucking jury duty that I already had worked out. Oh my. So now there's a scramble of what the hell to do. Well, we're out of Colorado, and the rush is to get to Bruno. So we head in that direction, head to Minnesota. My dear friend Dave Hooker set us up with a wonderful woman, Jenny. And we never met, but she was ready to host us up near the Canadian border in Minnesota so that whenever we got the green light to go, we could cross. And so we were on our way to get there, and stopped and visited a classmate of Tammy's, Bob. Thank you for hanging out with us. Good chat. It was good to see you. Hopefully we can meet up again. Yeah. Getting off track. Bob wanted me to send him some weather photos and info that I have, and I have to do that. We ran into internet problems on this journey here as I'm telling this story. It's coming up soon. Anyway, we leave Bob in Nebraska, and we're headed north, and we get to Minnesota, and the freaking transmission starts leaking in the RV. And I'm like, oh no. I know what that means. It's puking out the front pump, which means the front pump failed and it's ripping the seal up, and this is going to be the end of our trip. So I'm trying to make it somewhere to somewhere, and the next fuel stop, it's really pouring out, and I dump what I have left for fluid in, but I know it's not going to be far, and it's not going to take any hills. So we make it about a mile or 2 out of town, and the first grade that we start to climb, it slips once, and I just get off the throttle and pull to the side of the road. I'm like, I'm done. It's done. I don't need a fire. I don't need this thing going up in flames. It's our freaking home now. So to the side of the road I went. And is this thing still recording? I don't know if it is. I don't know if it's a 10-minute time limit or not, and I turned the audio off, so I'm gonna start this over. Maybe I'll wait. I don't know. Anyway, so we broke down, we got towed, $805 tow for 30 miles or so. And hey, I think Mark's home now. Nope, false alarm. Um, $805 tow. The yard was great. The tow company let us stay in the RV overnight and even plug in at their shop, so we had power and everything. It was cool. But all they could do was pull a transmission out and put it back in. And I was looking for somebody to rebuild it, a transmission specialist. And that's how we found Clinton. And Clinton, you're great. He's he didn't need to do this job. This is my RV wouldn't even fit in his shop. You could only get the nose in. But man, he felt he's a good soul. He's a good soul, and he helped us out. He took it. He took the job in. And are we still recording? Hey, it's still going. Wasn't sure if it went over 10 minutes or not. Clinton took care of us, put the proper transmission in, and did a nice job, and a better oil cooler, and what a great guy. On the up and up, just spectacular. I wish there were more. And beautiful, clean shop, clean yard. It is nice place. Nice place. You have a nice property, Clinton. So we left there, and on the road we went from from Wilmar, Minnesota. We went north up along Lake Superior, and the ride was so beautiful. The drive was so beautiful, and everything was going so smoothly. Next thing we know, we're at the border, and we're like, fuck it, let's go across. We got there. This border crossing was nice. I'll have another story about the fucking time we were denied, though. These guys were nice, and he says to me, "What is this reckless conduct charge that's on your record?" And I explained to him what it was. That it was like spinning your tires. But I was a truck driver at the time, so instead of getting the motor vehicle hit of a reckless operation, I took a reckless conduct, a criminal charge, a misdemeanor. You don't even go to jail. You ain't fucking chance in hell you're going to jail over that. The fine was $250. I was like, well, it's better than losing my license. So that's what I did. Well, that's what fucked me. That fucked us. That got us denied. He says, that shouldn't have prevented your entry anyway. He's like, nothing on your record should have prevented them from letting you in. They must have just been in a bad mood. I'm like, oh, 5 months of limbo. 5 months and 5 months of limbo. 5 months of limbo. Incredible. Here's the monkeys. Anyway, he lets us cross. He lets us across, and we're just in shock. Are we really here? Are we really in Canada? And I'm like laughing all the way. Every time I see an Ontario sign, it's hello, Ontario. I am just excited as hell to be in Canada. We finally made it. Bruno, we're on the way. 5 months later. Sorry, my friend. Sorry. I wish we had been there sooner. But I guess this worked out for the best. Well, we got there when we did. So we finally get to Bruno's. I drive straight through from the border all the way around the Iron Bridge. Get to Bruno. Coming, my friend. We got there. And it was wonderful to see you. Cancer is fucking done terrible things. These guys guys are happy to be home. They both, they say they're gonna miss you, but we'll talk. Um, so we get to Bruno, and you know, I come to help, and we do what we can do. We do what we can do, but it's tough. You know, it's hard. It's hard, and so you do what you can do, and you know, like we were supposed to be looking for a place in Maine or Vermont in the spring of 2018, and here we are, July 2018. I gotta find a home. I need a home for my boys. They each need a room. My wife and I need a room. Maybe a little garage I could wrench on my motorcycles and film it. You know, that kind of thing. Um, so we're back. We're back. We're back here in nowhere. We drove. We drove 2 days, and we're back. Yeah, when did we leave? We left Friday at 5 p.m. and we arrived here Sunday at 9:15 a.m. Nice drive. It's been a good run. Motorhome struggled on a couple of them hills going over the Middlebury Gap. Thank you, Mike Camoli, for showing me the notches way, way back when I first started riding BMWs. And I miss riding with you, Mike. We had some incredible days. You know, I miss riding with Rick and the Colonel too. Those were crazy days. I don't know if those will ever happen again. That's a whole different story. So here we are. We're back here in New Hampshire, and going to be looking for a place to rent in Maine or even New Hampshire. I guess is a possibility. Vermont is a possibility. Requirements: it's got to be pretty fairly rural. Um, you know, I don't want to be in downtown. I don't want a nice, you know, I don't want to be downtown. I don't want to be in a city. I don't want to be too close to a city. I don't want to be right on a real busy road. I need peace and quiet. There's things I got to do and thoughts that I need to get out. And that doesn't happen. I left that noisy environment and got my family away from it because it's just not fucking healthy. It's not healthy. So that's what we're looking for. And I don't know. We're not looking to buy. It's gonna be rent, and it's gonna be cheap. So I'm not looking for the Taj Mahal or anything fancy. I don't want anything fancy. I'm not a fancy fucker. Simple. I don't care if it needs some work. 4 slabs of plywood and a freaking shingled roof works for me. We're not that picky. Um, so I guess we're going to regroup over the next couple of weeks. I do have some work to do to the RV. It got us home. Pretty good for a 23-year-old motorhome. Uh, and I'm anxious to head out on another trip, but I have some work to do to it first. Where's that next trip? I have a lot of wonderful friends in Maine. I have a lot of wonderful friends in New Hampshire too. But I got a lot up in Maine, and I really feel like I've neglected them since I got sick in 2013. I miss you guys. Ural crazies flying the chair, blasting around off-road. Oh, I miss that shit. But not as much as I miss just hanging out with you guys. Sitting around the fire, drinking too much, smoking too much. Good times. Good times. Tim and Linda provided us the opportunity to have those great times. So I'd like to see them again soon. But anyway, so we want to regroup, do some repairs, and head to Maine and see some friends. There's a few. And talk to them about maybe someone knows somebody that's looking to rent something suitable for us, and then life can go on. And life can go on. And even if it's only a temporary rental, just so we can unwind a bit more and let all of this soak in. That's okay too. So Maine buddies, we'll be seeing you soon. New Hampshire friends, you'll be seeing me sooner, obviously, because I'm here. And I got a couple special people in Vermont I need to go see as well. So this old girl, this old girl's gonna be going on a couple of rides soon. But it, yeah, would be nice. Get a couple of rides in between all of this too. So I'm gonna let all of you go now. You've listened to this babbling bullshit long enough. Thank you. I think is this even monetized? I think I make a little bit, a fraction of a peanut more if you watch the whole video to the end or some foolishness. I don't know. A great friend of mine, Cameron Hardy. Cameron did a lot for me setting up YouTube accounts and the Google Analytics and all that. And I'm too much of a dummy to read most of that stuff. But he did a great job. And anyway, so I think if you watch the stupid video all the way to the right to the friggin' end, to the end, I get like one millionth of a penny more. Are they even gonna have pennies anymore? The whole economy's going away anyway. But that's the whole different story. Thanks. Bye now.